We've made it to Hoi An. So the next handful of slides are going to be us checking into our hotel, La Senta. Lovely little place just on the edge of town, which turned out to be a good thing for us because like the hotels and the nightlife inside Hoi An gets pretty active, and this was really quite quiet and comfortable. Water buffalo across the street, and it was a really nice place. If I was to go back to Hoi An, I wouldn't think twice about going back to this hotel. Yeah. This is our view out the pool area. See, there's the pool over there. Kind of an infinity pool. I'll swing by the edge in a second. But this is our view. Hang on, I'm going to go down to the other end of the balcony so we can see the water buffalo better. So here we are over here. Get you a close up of the old water buffalo. He's usually out there grazing. I got pictures, but they're not around right now. Normally in those fields out there, it's just loaded with snowy egrets, like the one right there in front of that buffalo. There was like quite the huge flock of them earlier, but now there's only a couple out here. And then I'll swing this around. You can see here's our pool with the infinity edge up over there. Downtown Hoi An's that way. We're out here in the quiet zone. Water buffaloes, snowy egrets, and rice. Lots and lots of rice. And here's another interesting point. You can see those bodies way out in the distance over there. Yeah, that's some kind of weird tourism. People come here and they don't feel like they've had a good enough experience, so they got to go rent bikes and ride amongst the rice fields. We're not one of those people. Oh, and that little cluster in the thing, that is a family cemetery. One of the things we found out here is when people die, they basically just like to keep them close by. So most of them get put into granite and marble and concrete tombs on the property. And if the property is sold somewhere down the line and whatever, then the buyer takes on the responsibility of relocating the dearly departed to a communal area where they can be put inside, I guess. Anyhow, that's pretty cool. So we're staying at the La Senta Hotel in Hoi An. We're kind of on the outside edge, actually. The old center is in town, and it's a little bit quieter out here, and we're okay with that. Tonight we decided, after a hot day at the Big Mountain Resort, to have dinner here at the restaurant. It's kind of quiet. So originally I ordered a pumpkin and ginger soup, which was just awesome, but it was a good sized bowl. By the time I finished it, I'm like, I don't need anything more, but I had ordered stir-fried noodles with seafood, and it has arrived. I'm full, and let me swing this around so you can see what I'm staring at. So there it is. It's ginormous. I'm totally full just from the other soup. Sherry's just about wrapped up her banh mi over there, and I didn't go with the banh mi because I wanted one with pate in it, and they don't have any here in that, so I'm not going to be able to get anywhere near the bottom of this thing, but I just wanted to show just how damn delicious it looked. So after dinner, we just took a few shots around the hotel. They had this little tea set up out at the front. It was just a leftover from the Tet New Year. So we took some pictures of the place at night, and then tomorrow morning it's down to downtown Hoi An. And let me tell you, there are so many photo opportunities in this town. So it's morning time, and this is the view out of our balcony. We're going to head down to breakfast in just a few minutes. And they had a pretty good s'morg at the place. The food actually at the hotel was really quite delicious. And yeah, so we'll do breakfast, and then it's off to wandering the streets of Hoi An. Like I said earlier, there's lots of photo opportunities here. There's tons and tons of lanterns. I love Hoi An just on the lanterns and the flowers. And there's this really kind of old French feel to it. So this is a tidal pond or whatever. The waters fluctuate in it, and these are little bits of debris trapped in the muck. And again, like I said, everywhere you wander, it's just lanterns and lanterns. I would have brought them all back. I mean, we got 4 suitcases, and you can only bring back so much. So this next set of slides is a bridge that we went to. It was originally built in 1593 and has served this community since then. And what's unique about it is it was built by Japan, and it has kind of a temple on the top of it. But now it's currently under shroud as they're restoring the whole thing to turn it back to its once glorious beauty. And it's called in some other language the bridge to welcome guests from afar. That's what the title of the bridge. And so that's all the parts of it. And then the temple is still somewhat intact because they still actively come here and make offerings and stuff like that. And so that portion of it is still intact, but the bridge itself has been fairly dismantled, and well, you can see from the previous pictures what that looked like. We continue wandering around Hoi An. One of the things I really love about this town is, man, the lanterns that they have are all over. So the next place we're going to is the Chinese Assembly Hall. This thing was built in around 1600, and then it was originally with a thatched roof on it, and around 1700 it was bought by some local merchants, Cantonese merchants. And they eventually, it was kind of in disrepair, so they put a much more substantial roof on it, and it has since then been a place to honor ancestors and stuff since then. Something to note, though, that there is a lot of homage paid to a specific general that was responsible for some pretty serious battles and wins against the Ming Dynasty, I believe. So we came through this doorway over here, and then there's this great panoramic sculpture on the wall. This is the Chinese Assembly Point in Hoi An. Cultural significant spot for the Chinese and some of the people here. And we're inside this another bit of a shrine, but we couldn't take photos. And then we come around the back and check this out. This is just awesome. Yeah, some of the details that you get to see here. I'm not being hard on home, but I mean the things that we have versus the intricate stories and culture that are had in colors. And so you'll see right now, it's just shortly after Tet, the New Year's for Vietnam, or the Lunar New Year's, which ties with China, which is slightly different than
Thailand. But red and yellow or red and gold, these are all good luck colors. So right now, everywhere you walk, there's yellow flowers in pots all over the place, or red lanterns, yellow lanterns. I'm assuming the goat may reference this general. All of this site is dedicated to a specific Chinese general. I'll get the name later on. This is probably the year of his birth. I'm assuming. I'm not claiming any expertise on that. Yeah. I love these incense burner pots. They're, how do you pick up one of those and bring it home? You don't. Oh, I like the little pagodas over there.
This little monk befriended me when we were walking through the garden area of the assembly point. He really wanted a hug and he wanted to rub my belly. He had a few things to say. I have no idea what he meant when he was saying them, but he is super friendly and he really wanted a hug. So I gave him a hug.
Yeah.
There he goes. Goodbye, little monk. Nice hugging you. The gardens in this assembly point were just absolutely, this is Sherry catching butterflies. And here's some of that homage paid to that general in the 3D sculpture on the wall. I love the dragons or nagas coming out of this place. And again, just pretty stuff all around. Fairly unique architecture for this area. And this is part of the general's horses that I talked about. Like lots of stuff, a lot of consideration and respect paid to that general in this thing. I don't know what this sign means. Maybe don't play firecrackers. Not really sure, but it looked pretty, so I took a nice picture of it.
So these are conical incense burning inside the conical incense. You see that paper, there's a written wish. I think he said it takes upwards of a week or so to burn this whole incense. And then when the incense is finally burned, then they burn the wish, and if all goes well, your wish is going to come true.
This is me doing my very best to try and keep up with a butterfly in flight as it lands on Sherry.
Oh, he's gone now. This is where all of the final, like with the, remember I said it in the video with the wishes, and then they burn that stuff. It all happens in this little burn pit right here.
So we're now going to a silkworm, a silk factory, and they show us the production of how they make silk and float those little silk cocoons and then pull a single strand off it, and they put it on the spools and et cetera, and then, they dye them. And there's a shot where I'm, so this gal's working the loom. I mean, they do this just for you to see it. And then the next little video coming up, you can see that they start to show some of the white silk tablecloths and napkins that they make. And they have just some subtle embroidery, but they do kind of like an artistry embroidery where it looks like a painting, but it's thread and it's super fine. So this little piece coming up here, that's me zooming in on them. And then I took some video, and then I was told by Sherry that I had to stop taking that video. So yeah, it's really, and it's super expensive. I mean, we couldn't even afford a postcard from that joint.
Yep, this is me. That's right, I'm waiting in the dress shop. Sherry's getting custom fitted for a dress, and then we picked up some other dresses. So yeah, things are pretty dressy here as far as but hey, nice enough. Look at, they even supplied me with some free tea. And you know what the best part is? It's air conditioned up here, because down in the factory where the silkworms are, and they're showing you the whole production line of silk and embroidery, yeah, it's hot down there. It's crazy hot. So it's beautiful up here.
You look comfy. And then there's a whole pile more coming. See, here's what I was talking about. The red color. Yeah, that's nice.
After the dress shop, we stopped for coconut coffee. Remember, it's hot. This is a nice beverage. The next shot, I hug monks. I hug big banh mi statues because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a hugger. Everybody knows that. And again, we just continue wandering around, looking at one pretty sight after another. Like I said earlier, there's just so many opportunities to point your camera and just get a spectacular shot. Everywhere you went, somebody was posing or doing something. This was a painting I saw in a restaurant, just kind of a neat look. Again, lanterns, like, yeah, just sit back and enjoy. So this next series of photographs is one of the original houses of Hoi An. It's around 400 years old. It's been in the same family for all those years. Currently, they do some paper and clay crafts out of it, but they still live in it upstairs. And when you come through, like, this is some of the altar areas within the building, like pictures hang. Hey, see, there's a homage to that general again. They make these flip open cards and gardens. And so, yeah, we stopped in there, looked at a few things, and then shortly after this, we're going to walk around some more. And then we're going to go for lunch. Yeah, this is the patriarch of the domicile. And yeah, like I said, the family still lives in it, and they're producing arts and crafts, which just helps. Hey, here's people just posing. What a fun bunch of gals. So we're now sneaking through some alleyways. We're touring around this place in an air-conditioned van, but in the center of town, you can't come in with these bigger vehicles. So we're now jumping into this little electric car, and we're going to head off and we're going to hook up with the van just to get to the place where we're going for lunch.
So now we're cruising in our electric car, going to the pickup point just to get to the bigger vehicle, which is not allowed in these small streets. Look how beautifully decorated it is down here. What an awesome scene. We never tried one of these. They're kind of cool. So yeah, we're just heading to where I think where the van is. Is this taking us to the van or to the restaurant?
Are you comfortable?
Oh yeah, totally comfortable. Love the breeze.
Yeah.
Still get a little bit of horn action here. Does this car have a horn?
Sorry?
Does this car have a horn?
Yeah, they need to horn. Anh có biết cô rồi. Biết mày chứ? Không được biết cô à? Không, anh biết đi chọn hàng.
Oh yeah, there's our horn. Good, thank you.
Anh không có.
Okay, so this is the first dish to arrive. It's chicken salad. And it looks really quite delicious, and look at how much of it's there, and that's just the first. Wonton soup with the pork. Look at how delicious that is. So the prawns have just showed up. We're munching into the salad. We finished our soup, and these are crispy wontons, I think. Crispy spring rolls, I was just told. So this has just arrived. It's the fried pork.
Yes.
Look how delicious that is. Oh, jeez.
Rice. We take pictures to make our friends jealous.
Okay, I'm gonna move this.
Sorry.
No, no.
Okay.
There, I created some real estate over here. There we go. What was this one again? What's that?
Clam soup. Clam soup.
Oh, clam soup. Oh, man. Okay. So this is the grilled beef and banana leaf. Grilled beef and banana leaf has just arrived, and we were just told there's one more. So that's the clam soup. Had that with the rice. I haven't even got to that yet. We're never gonna finish that chicken salad, and it is so good. Oh yeah, there's my bowl. Oh yeah, I'm getting into that good one. And then this thing just arrived. This is squid. So I had to clean up the shrimp because Sherry doesn't like shrimps with all the legs and heads on them. That's my job. I'll do that. An amazing pile of food. All of the lunches that we've had out here have been like this before. It's just insane the amount of food they feed us. I would have loved to just eat that salad and be done. So there you have it. There's a little bit of beef left. I'm gonna zoom in on that in a second. That was the pork. Sherry loved that the best, so she's finished eating it up. I don't think there's any squid left in there. I got all of that out of there. Oh, she has found a piece of squid. I will go back and get that. I hammered both the shrimps. I did the shrimps two ways. One, the way they do them here, where they eat the shell and all, and one I shelled it. And I think I get what all the fuss is all about. It actually has a lot more flavor when you eat the shell, and because the shrimp was deep fried first, the shell consumes actually fairly easy. So, and then this soup here, unbelievably delicious. Unbelievably. I wish I could eat more. So this is me going back for the third bowl of soup in this lunch. So she says that those were lilac leaves that flavored the soup, because it's a flavor I've never come across before, and it is unbelievably delicious. I just had to have one more bowl. Wow. So that's our fruit plate, which is really the best fruit plate of the experience, because the last one was like 4 times that size for 2 people, and this is the perfect thing for me. Although look at it, it's got those ugly and useless fruits, the dragon fruit that Leanne likes. But we'll try it again. And the thumb bananas are my favorites. They're awesome. Okay, regarding the dragon fruit, this one actually has some flavor to it. It's still quite subtle, but it is not as bland as the other 3 or 4 that I've tried in my lifetime. So perhaps we'll give Leanne a little bit of leeway there, but not much. A few closing shots of the restaurant, and then we're heading back to our hotel where we just wrap up the evening. We head to Hanoi tomorrow. This is a shot of that river. And then, we start our northern Vietnamese adventure.